Ladies and virgins. Andy here, author of The Best Tinder Guide on the Internet, and that guy your mother warned you against. This is the Kill Your Near Loser show. Let's fucking go. That's a weird saying when you think about it. Like, your mother warned... Like, how would she know? Has mum been getting that, like, dick?
Mums are very cautious.
No, I think mum's had that dick, and that's why she's warning you. So, we're going to tell a fun little story today. I just did a podcast with a guy who was talking about how he lost his virginity and he built it up from, conservatism and religion and stuff. And sex was like this very bad thing. And then when he had sex, he had it in his mind, like this thought came into his mind where he's like, wow, this is just sex. Like I built it up and, thought that it was this big, massive thing. It's just sex. And we recently had sex with a lovely young lady, beautiful little creature, who was 23 and still a virgin. And she had done something similar. She wasn't religious, but she had built it up in her head that, she wanted sex to be this big, romantic, kind of like Hollywood, thing. And so she'd been hanging on for Prince Charming, for someone perfect. Instead, she got us. So, I actually think we're pretty cool. I would say we're pretty cool.
We have said this before, but
we're
I
pretty
think
cool, but way to lose your fucking virginity.
Experience, because we've seen quite a few virgins at this point and been the first time. And I think because of the way we do it, it's not like most people's first story where it's a bit shit and nobody knows what they're doing.
You and I have talked about our first time. Our first times both sucked, independent of each other. Mine was shit, yours was shit.
But what we do with girls, especially girls who are virgins or inexperienced, is we kind of take them through everything really slowly.
Teach them.
We show them how to do different things. We kind of explore lots of different things. You get feminine and masculine energy. I would say it's a pretty good first time.
Yeah, I'd say it was a pretty good first time. I would say it was a pretty fucking amazing first time. Jesus Christ. Like, that was some wild sex. We're going to talk about that in a second, but she's probably going to listen to this podcast because she's agreed that she will come on this podcast.
Maybe.
So I think she'll come on for sure. Are you saying maybe she'll listen to this?
Both.
I definitely think she'll listen to this. She'll be curious. So hi, if you're listening. It's always weird talking about someone when you know they're going to hear it. So let's talk about how we met her, what we did. We'll save some of the juicy details for when she comes on, I think. And we'll talk a little more about her virginity and stuff like that and why she held on to it. I'd rather like her answer that rather than us, because she's going to give like a better, more insightful answer. She's quite self-aware. She's quite rational. And I think she was just sort of hanging on from almost like sunk cost fallacy. By the time you're like 23, you're thinking like, Jesus, like I can't just go and lose. I can imagine the pressure that builds up. Again, we should probably wait till she's here so I can ask her these questions. But imagine the pressure that builds up. You're like 21, 22, like you haven't lost it yet, and you're thinking like, God damn.
Yeah, the longer it waits, the more important it gets. Yeah. But then the urge to get rid of it also increases but you don't want to make it meaningless. So I can see like it'll put you in two minds for sure. Yeah,
for sure. Again, we'll wait till she's on here so she can give better answers than us, know. And she's given some pretty insightful answers. Like when we met her, she was pretty self-aware about like, I can't keep waiting for this shit to ever, and I can't keep waiting for this shit forever. I think she got to a point where it was then like, okay, I want to lose it, but, and again, we'll wait till she's on here to talk more about this. Then it was like, okay, but who am I losing it to now? And the two guys that she was talking to, and she'd fooled around with, blowjobs, fingering, all that kind of shit. From the sounds of it, from what she said, were not going to, she says it, not going to give me the good first time experience that I expected. And the more she's told us, again, we'll wait till she's on here, but yeah, we'll save those spoilers until she's on here. What were you going to say?
I was going to say that we had, even because we were messaging a little while before we actually met her, had preemptively asked what that actually meant. Just because I know you were particularly curious, so we asked the question so we could actually get a little bit more information. And obviously, like we just said, it was all of that stuff about building the virginity up to be a really big thing. I don't even necessarily think it was that she was crazy picky or fussy.
I don't think she was super
It was more that
fussy,
she was waiting for a feeling, which I don't think at the time anybody was going to give.
Yeah, and I think because she'd just kind of gone on Tinder, and you and I have talked about this before. A lot of... I can see how for someone who hasn't had sex, so we call those people virgins, for a virgin female, it can be somewhat intimidating to enter the world of Tinder, where you have all these choices and options, and you haven't fully worked out how to screen people. One of your friends in particular, has sort of had this problem, I guess you'd call it, on Tinder, where she's like, I know roughly what I'm looking for, but I have no idea how to screen for that. Learning how to screen, because guys, like for us early on, our only problem is like, how do I actually get laid? Like I won't even screen. I'll just have sex with any chick that's nice to me. But none of them are nice to me because I don't dress myself very well. I haven't got my shit in order. I'm not confident. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Girls have kind of the opposite problem. They're like, I have an infinite amount of matches. How do I pick one? And so you kind of just, I'll screen for if he's nice to me. And then it turns out like he's got these other deal breakers. Okay, maybe I'll get with the guy that's kind of sexy. Okay, well, he has lots of options, so he's not going to stick around. And he's going to, I can see how it's this world of analysis paralysis where you have too many choices and you have no idea what the fuck you're screening for, especially as a woman, where you're not usually the one who's a little more assertive. You're kind of waiting for the right guy to come into your life.
I think that this is something, obviously you mentioned the friend of mine in particular, something that she's even said to me is that part of the appeal of a guy having a masculine energy is that he takes the lead and he makes the decisions.
Yes.
And so when you like the idea of that being the case, when you're less assertive, you're asking less for your want. And from how she's described it, it does almost in a way feel as if you're just waiting for the right guy to come along. Obviously that's not necessarily the case, and there's a lot a woman can do to, like you said, screen in people that she's looking for. But if you're talking about masculine and feminine dynamics, it is very different, obviously.
So we'll talk a little bit about how we met her. It's just the usual, stuff that we've been doing for a while now. Just on your Tinder, you've got some BDSM pictures and that sort of stuff. You matched with her, super fucking pretty. Like, I think I said to her, like, you're way too fucking pretty to be a virgin at 23. But again, the backstory of like, I'm waiting.
Yeah, I even said to her, one of the first things that I actually said when I met her is, you must have had a lot of offers because you're very pretty.
I feel like that's a backhanded compliment from a girl, right? Like, you must get a lot of offers for dick. Hey, it's like, is that a compliment or a fucking insult?
It was said in a nice way.
I'm sure it was. No, you're very nice, so I know it was. But so you matched on your Tinder, talked for a little bit. You and I were kind of texting her together. We texted for quite a while because she wasn't able to meet. She's injured herself, which maybe she'll talk about when she comes on. Tell the story of how she fucking
She had a broken
it.
foot.
Yeah, tell the story of how she broke that fucking foot. And so we weren't ever going to really do anything. She was healing. She couldn't really travel or any of that sort of shit. So we were, and she lives like a fair way away, like an hour away. And so we were happening to be in that city coming up to see some friends because we got friends there. And we just said like, hey, we'll grab a fucking coffee or something. We'll meet. Met her. It was pretty chill. It was a nice first date. We had no intention of doing anything, obviously, because we're miles from home. We're not going to have sex. And I don't really like that anyway. Having sex on the first date. You and I have talked about this. Like, it's something we're moving away from. Something we've been moving away from for a long time. Like, slowing it down. Enjoying, making sure we like the person, all that kind of shit. I talked on the podcast I just did that will be uploaded, the previous episode I would have done on this channel with the guy Jeremy who'd lost his virginity and had, all this sex and shit. He said the same thing. He's had a bunch of sex now, and he's at the point where he's like, I want to make sure that this person isn't crazy. I want to make sure that I like them, that there's actually a connection there before. Like, why would I have sex first? I want to make sure we like each other first. So.
Yeah, and another thing that we've also said is that it's nice to remove the pressure of meeting them for the first time, and so now it's
for us for sure. Yeah,
it's literally just, and I think for them, especially if someone's less experienced, if they know that you're just going to grab a coffee and see if you like each other, it's going to mean you can chill out, and the next time when you meet, at least you kind of have a sense of who the other person or people
for sure
are.
And a bunch of guys listening to this will be like, but Andy, I want to have sex on the first date. Well, go for it. Like, I did that for a long time. Like, that was that was very important to me, like being able to have sex on the first date. It was very validating and all of that. But for most of the guys that I know, once you're happy with your sex life, you move away from that. You get to a point where you're like, I want to slow it down. I want to make sure I like this person. I want to make sure that we connect, that we got some chemistry there, that she's not crazy, that she knows I'm not crazy and all of that. It's almost like you're building up anticipation. It's kind of fun. Yeah. So went to this bagel store, had some coffee, talked for a bit. We both really liked her, like pretty early on. She's pretty easy to get on with. Then we went to a bookstore, did some other shit. Oh, we were leaving the bookstore, and she's there on her crutches, and she bumps into one of the women that work there. And so I just turn around and I laughing and I'm joking, and I say to the bookstore worker person, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't even know her. Like, you know, I can't bring her anywhere. She's bloody clumsy. Like, you know, I'm making a joke, right? Everyone's laughing and shit." We walk a little further, and then I turn around to this girl, and like, she knows I'm joking, but I get like real serious. I look like I'm real serious, and I go, "I can't fucking bring you anywhere. Like, how fucking dare you embarrass me in this fucking store?" And I have like this angry look on my face, and I'm like really angry looking. And I can see in the back, I'm just joking, this girl's laughing. But in the background, like the staff members that are working there, like start tapping each other on the shoulder. They're like, oh my God, like he's abusing this woman.
Yeah,
it's like fucking awful. Hilarious. I don't know why that was so hilarious to me. Like,
yeah, because you love that sort of humor where other people get uncomfortable and it's awkward.
I can't yell at a woman in public. Like, what the fuck? Just because she's on crutches. They're enablers. They're sexist. A man can't yell at a woman in public. I bet if it was a man, I could yell at him.
You shouldn't yell at other people.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't yell at other people, but it was a joke. So anyway, then we went to some like claw machine thing. No one gives a shit about any of this, do they?
No, probably
literally
not.
No one. Okay, so
it was a cute day.
Do you want to? It was fun for us. None of you give a fuck because you're all disgustingly horny. But we can jump towards the second date to when we had sex. I wish we had her on here right now. I'm impatient, so I was like, fuck it, let's just record a podcast and talk about this. It'll be a fun little story. But we'll get her on here and she can talk about like the actual sex. But I am so surprised by how good the sex was.
Really? I almost had the expectation that it was going to be pretty good.
I thought that we would make it good. I didn't expect her to open up the way that she did. It was pretty fucking crazy sex. You said to me, and I said the same thing, I think that was like the best sex we've ever had with anyone ever.
Yeah.
Which is like pretty fucking impressive for a virgin. I think also because of the fact that she's like 23, she's got her shit together. She knows how to kiss. She knows how to do all of that. Like pretty much, she was nervous as shit, but like she knows what she's doing. She even said afterwards, like, "Oh, I already knew everything. It's just not the sex part, but everything else was basically the same. So I know what I'm doing." So I think that's part of why it was so good. But like, my God, she made me come like 3 times. I came on her face twice, and then in her pussy. You came like 3 times.
Yeah.
She came fucking 2 times.
Yeah.
Ridiculously good kisser.
She was very good at kissing. I mean,
and this is with a broken ankle where we had to be... and she's a virgin, so I felt like I had to hold back a lot, like to be careful. And this was still like ridiculously good.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, good fucking job.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I already like kissing girls because they're soft and it feels very nice, but she...
Yes.
Yeah, the fact that she was very into it and very eager and that she initiated a lot of the time.
Yes.
That always feels really nice.
Yeah, and she's very goddamn affectionate, which is something that you and I love, like probably as much as we like good sex. Is like not just they're willing to cuddle you, but girls who like initiate the cuddle, who want to fucking snuggle up with you afterwards. And she was like running late too, and she just kept making excuses to stay. She's like, "I want to stay here for all day," and I was like, "Well, I mean, you can if you want to." And she's like, "But I'm late. I'm in trouble." Like she had to go off and do some. She had some obligation and shit. But like that, it's nice. It's just nice to not have games. And I felt like the entire thing was from start to finish. Maybe we haven't made this clear. We haven't really talked about this. But from the very start, she was incredibly honest. And obviously, guys, that's something that I push, being completely honest, not playing fucking games, just telling the truth, telling people what you want, being upfront. And she definitely met us on that. And obviously, that's something that we screen hard for. We don't accept games. Like, we will not ever meet or talk to someone that plays games. But this girl was like one step above that. Like, completely honest, completely vulnerable, completely like open.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I know you've mentioned a fair bit, but obviously part of the reason that the sex can be good is because nobody's really holding back as much.
Yeah.
Because you can trust each other. And so that does make it a hell of a lot nicer. She can be a bit kinkier and we can all let go and just focus on having a nice time.
Yeah, for sure. And it means you can open up and do things that you wouldn't normally do. Like we made her squirt, which she'd never done before. She liked that. Hey, she fucking liked that. Oh my God, she squirted like a lot. Just like kinkier stuff. You can use dirty names. We taught her how to do that. We spanked her a little bit. We played with some of the sex toys. It was easier to make her come. Trust gets this weird rep. Like certain people will say trust is like a... You know what I mean? It's certain people see it as not sexy. Like, oh, I just want crazy, kinky, passionate sex right off the bat, which is definitely fun. But the kinkiest, filthiest, nastiest, dirtiest, wildest sex comes when you actually trust each other. And that does involve a little bit of either patience, you have to see each other a few times, or, you know, you have to have a first date where you don't bang, or if you're going to bang on the first date, fine, like bang on the first date, but it's not going to be until the second or the third time that you have sex before you get to that really kinky, really filthy place.
Yeah. And I think at the end of the day, circling back to the topic of affection, everyone likes being liked.
Yeah, for sure.
You like it when your friends say like, oh, I really enjoyed our time together, or like looking forward to meeting up. It's like the same with a girl, same with a partner. It's nice to know that people like you. It's validating.
Yeah.
It makes you like them.
There was someone on my forums a while ago who said, he said, I disagree with all of you who, when you talk to women, you give them a compliment right off the bat. Because what I advocate if you're going to talk to a girl is you just walk up and say whatever you feel. So you say like, hey, I thought you were really cute. I wanted to say, hey, you know, I'm Andy. What are you up to today? Or you walk up and you say, that dress looks really good on you. You're really pretty. Like, what are you up to? So I'm a big advocate of just being fucking honest and giving a compliment, right? And this guy basically said, I disagree with you guys giving compliments because blah, 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 it strokes the ego of women, blah, 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 you know, that kind of crap. And I just replied with like, heaven forbid you should make someone feel good about themselves for 2 seconds. Like, fuck me. Imagine making a girl feel nice. And I feel like girls who are super affectionate, they understand that premise of like, I'm allowed to be a little vulnerable. I don't have to play these fucking games and hold back because I'm afraid. I'm afraid that I'll get too attached, or I'm afraid that they'll think I'm clingy. I'm afraid they'll think that I'm a needy girl or something. It's like, fuck that. Just drop those games, drop that fear, and just fucking take a chance. You know what I mean? Like, same goes for guys. God damn, like these fucking games.
Being more loving and open is only going to kind of continue that, like,
yes,
in a universal sense. Like, being nice is going to make the niceness keep going around.
And you screen out the people who can't handle it. You screen out the people who think you're too clingy or who think you're too needy. Good, great, fine, fuck off. Now, obviously, let's add the caveat. If you're texting someone 15 hours a day and saying, when am I going to see you next? When can I see you next? When can I see you next? Sure, like, that's a little too much. You need to have your own life going on. I feel like that should go without saying. But we're talking about cuddling during sex or sending a text message immediately after sex and going like, hey, that was a lot of fun. I'm glad I met you. Thanks for coming over. Or I can't wait to see you again. Like, or even before the date, hey, I'm excited to see you. She sent that, we sent that. I mean, how many fucking times do we tell each other, like, hey, looking forward to seeing you. Hey, the sex was great. Hey, you're cool. Hey, we like you. There's nothing wrong with that. But
and that gets reciprocated. And it's
for sure.
Nice all round.
Yeah. Let's talk about sex again. We went off the topic of sex. That's what everyone's here for. They're all dirty. They like looking at me in my little Santa hat talking fucking dirty. They like seeing you in your little fucking angel shit. So what else did we do in the bedroom? The sex was pretty fucking good. We made her squirt. Taught her how to make you feel good. That was a lot of fun. That's my favorite thing. I think that's my favorite thing.
I think we do that every time we see a girl, especially one who's not experienced with other women, is that you show her how to go down on me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's my favorite part of a threesome. For like someone who hasn't done it, especially someone who's inexperienced, is like slowly talking them through it, literally explaining what to do. Like, here's how you lick her clit. Try this. Try teasing her. She liked teasing you a little bit. That was fun.
Yeah.
Getting her to tease you. Yeah, all that shit's like really fun. And as for the actual sex, like, here you go. Here's your wisdom for this fucking episode. If you're having sex with an inexperienced girl or a virgin, go really fucking slow. It blows my mind how many times we've, slept with a girl, or before I was seeing you, like, I'd talk to girls and I'd say, like, what was your first time like? And they'd say, he just shoved it in and it hurt and I bled and I cried. And it's like, why? It doesn't have to be like that. I'm never going to understand this idea of, like, if she's a fucking virgin, it's meant to hurt. And same goes for like any of you female listeners out there who happen to be virgins or you're inexperienced. It's not supposed to fucking hurt. Like, if it hurts, he fucked up. You both fucked up. It's your responsibility to say, can you please go slow? Don't just leave it up to him just because you're inexperienced. And for him, it's like, it's his fucking job to go slow, use fingers, use lube, take your time.
Yeah, tons of foreplay. And like, she was very wet by the time that we
for sure
actually had sex.
Because I played with her for a while with fingers beforehand to make sure of that. And again, that's just like being careful. And I think the other thing to say is if a girl's inexperienced or a virgin, like, you don't have to get your dick in the entire time the first time. I kind of, in my head, anytime, I've slept with someone inexperienced, I think if my dick doesn't go all the way in, like, fine, we'll just do it next time. Like, it doesn't have to go all the way in, but we did get it all the way in. She was pretty tight, but we went really slow. And my God, it was fun, like, teasing her at the start. Because you can, like, I could see that she was really, like, at the start, like, holy shit, like, what is this? Like getting used to the idea of, like, I'm having sex now. I think the first thing I said to her, like, when we started, is like, hey, you're not a virgin now. Like, as soon as my dick went in, I was like, my dick had gone in like that much, and I was like, hey, technically you're not a virgin. Good job. And she was just too busy, like, enjoying it. But that was a hell of a lot of fun, like, teasing her, going slow, then going fast, then slow. That's my favorite thing. It's like that episode I did called How to Have Roller Coaster Sex. And I basically said, just like a roller coaster goes like up and down and up and down, do that during sex. So go fast for a little bit, then go slow, then fast, then slow. So go fast for like 10 seconds, then stop. Then go fast for another 5 seconds, then stop, go slow. Like, that's so much fucking fun. And you like watching. My God, you like watching.
Yeah, and I think at least for this particular time, it felt impolite for you to be having sex with me so much.
Yeah, we did just focus on her the entire time, pretty much.
Yeah, but
Like,
we do
both
enjoy
fucked
that.
it. Yeah, I like that. That was fun. I think, as you said, because she's a virgin. So for any of you guys having threesomes or, you know, dating a girl and seeing girls together, dating girls together, if it's a girl who's inexperienced, as long as your girl's comfortable with it, talk about it first. Like, the first time, it's usually better to focus on the girl a little bit more, especially if she's nervous and inexperienced and she hasn't tried anything with girls and she hasn't ever had a threesome or she's a virgin. Like, definitely, I think it's better to have a lot of the focus on her. And you can still, like, do stuff with your girl, obviously, like we did, but still include the shy girl or the virgin girl when you do that. So, like, when we did stuff with you, when I was doing stuff, like when I was fucking you, I would get her to kiss you. Or when I was going down on you, I would teach her how to go down on you.
Yeah.
Like, basically make sure she's included the entire time, because she's sitting there going like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Can you please make sure I'm not sitting here for, 10 seconds by myself not knowing what to do? Just keep an eye on me, basically. It's like you're to be a babysitter in a nice way.
Even with inexperienced, like, even with more experienced girls, I think because naturally women aren't going to take the lead. I think part of having
when
threesomes...
they're shy, yeah.
Yeah, part of having threesomes is making sure everybody is included majority of the time.
And we've talked about that before, like how to make threesomes fun, make sure both people feel included. And that doesn't mean you have to sit there neurotically going, oh my God, are they both having fun? Are they both having fun? No. Just like pay the littlest bit of attention to it and you'll be fine. Yeah. It's more that you want to avoid this stereotypical, guy just getting his dick sucked by two girls and that's it. And he doesn't really...
has sex with one girl, then has sex with the other girl, then has sex... switches.
And I mean, that can be fun, but just don't make that the entire threesome, I would say. If you care about seeing them again, don't make that the entire thing.
Yeah.
And especially don't do that a couple of times, or they'll just be like, what the fuck is this?
It's not fun.
Yeah. One thing you did do that was a lot of fun, we got the little we bought a strap-on specifically for her.
We have been...
a strap-on dildo.
In the process of trying to find the right strap-on, because we've tried so many, like probably more than 10.
We had to MacGyver this strap-on.
Yeah, we got a separate dildo and then attached it to the strap-on harness.
Sticky taped it to the strap-on. Glued it to the strap-on harness. Yeah, that was fun. Like watching you... So if you don't know what we're talking about a strap-on dildo, which is basically just a dildo that you wear, that a girl wears. Mm-hmm. It's like having a penis, except it's made of glass or plastic or whatever. This one was made of glass. And then you basically get to fuck her with it. Mm-hmm. That was a lot of fun. She liked that.
Yeah.
And I will say for me as well, there's something sexy about watching your girl fuck another girl. Watching two girls fuck each other. That's really sexy. It's like ridiculously sexy. And she was getting off on it. She was calling you dirty names. You were calling her dirty names. That shit's fun. That shit's fucking fun. What else do we do? We made her come with this. You guys know what this is. You guys know what this is. This is the fucking Magic Wand vibrator that won't focus because it's fucking racist. Yeah, it's not going to focus, is it? But this is the Magic fucking Wand vibrator that I fucking love and recommend.
We got a new one. It's bright red.
It's
very
bright
festive.
Red now. Yep. Because we lost our other one. We left our other one behind when we moved. But so that was fun. So we started playing with her, not with the vibrator. We were just trying to go down on her and making her feel nice. And girls do this when they're a little insecure about, or they're worried about like, oh my God, I take a while to come. I don't want him to be down there for 45 minutes feeling like he's trying. And that's just uncomfortable for both of us and we both feel awkward. So she just basically blurts out straight away like, you won't be able to make me come. It takes a long time to make me come.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It takes me quite a while.
Yeah. And so I'm like, who said I wanted to make you come, Goose? I wasn't trying to make you come. Like, calm the fuck down,
Yeah, and we've talked about...
bit of playfulness, but...
We've talked about that, like taking pressure off the girl to come and kind of establishing that you don't care if she doesn't. We're just going to make her feel good and have a nice time. Yeah. Once that pressure's removed, it's a lot easier to actually then orgasm.
Case in point, we use this bitch and I think it was on her for about 5 minutes, and then she kind of pushes it away, and I was like, oh, is that too sensitive? And she's like, actually, I came 3 minutes ago. Whoops. Like, so much for Captain, I can't come. Like, I'm a fucking, I'm an edgy teen who can't come. Sorry about that. Like, it's hard to make me come. Whoops, I already came. So that was fucking adorable. Coming within like fucking 2 minutes of that. That's why I recommend get this fucking bitch. Get this bitch. Get the red one. Red goes faster. Literally like a sports car. Or get the purple one. Purple one's pretty fucking cool. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. We made her come like 2 or 3 times. You came like 3 times. And then I came 3 fucking times. I fucked her. Oh my God, like sex with her. She was really fucking sexy. My God. And that was with me holding back, like I said. We tried like a ridiculous number of fucking... I tried so many times to not come, but in the end I came like 3 times. So here's my superpower, guys. One of my mates asked me about that. He's like, how the fuck did you come 3 times? So what you do is when you're about to come, stop and grip the base of your dick. Like, grip it as hard as you can. Squeeze really hard, right on the bottom. And then take your dick out. Take the condom off or whatever, and then keep holding it, and then move up to her face or wherever you want to come, keep holding it, and then as soon as you let go, all the cum will fucking like squirt out. As far as I know, there's no negative health side effects from this, but do your own research. Maybe I'm breaking my dick and I don't know it, but feels fine. And then that's like, when you do that, because you've been holding it, instead of like continuing to thrust or continuing to jerk, it's like you stopped, and so it feels like a half orgasm. You still come, but it's like a half orgasm.
Is it as satisfying?
Yes. Yeah. It feels like a full orgasm. It's just you paused halfway through it. And then so we keep playing a little more. You guys are like kissing and making out with my cum. I'm just like dying inside of like, oh my God, this is so hot. Fuck her a little bit more. Same thing again. Did the same trick, holding your dick, cum on her face again. Played again. And then you are just on orgasm number infinity at this point. She's moaning. Cum in her pussy. That's the power of having a vasectomy, boys. And cum in a girl's pussy.
Yeah, we had even said like in the lead up or beforehand that we kind of wanted to make it not an event, but take our time. And so obviously you're mentioning lots of different things. We would stop and start and stop and start, and we'd cuddle and then we'd talk and then we'd start again. Yeah,
all of this was over like 4 hours or something.
Yeah, it makes it feel like a fun little sex adventure.
Yeah, and that's I've had the question, how do you last a long time in the bedroom? Just take a bunch of breaks. Like literally just take a bunch of breaks, and then you can have like a long freaking 3 or 4 hour sex session if you want, with cuddles and snuggles and shit like that. And she was super fucking cuddly. She was goddamn adorable. She was a little shy at first with the cuddles, but then, my God, she just wanted to snuggle up to both of us at the end. Yeah. You were both being fucking adorable. At one point you were like brushing her hair while she... Girls are so fucking cute, guys. You should have sex with girls. They're really cute. What else do we do? A couple different positions. We had to be kind of gentle because of her ankle, her foot, broken foot. I picked her up and bounced her on my dick. That's always fun. Like you pick a girl up and then you kind of go crazy. She liked that. We kind of talked about this a little second ago, but you really like when I'm watching a girl and you get to watch and you play with the vibrator. You're fucking a girl. Yeah, when I'm fucking a girl. You love that. Like you get off on that. That's like one of your favorite things.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Which is great for me because then that means I get to have sex and I get someone watching me who's literally getting off. Think about how cool that is, guys. Like you're having sex and there's a girl there getting off on you and her, obviously. It's like a fucking voyeurism thing, but also you get to participate. So at any point, and I also get to kiss you and make out with you. And sometimes you drive me so crazy that I'm like, fuck this girl. And I just pull out and then start having sex with you. And then she will get turned on and I'll be like, God damn it. Sorry. Fuck you, Amy. And then I'll go back to the other. It's like you just getting crazy, going back and forth. That's fun. What else do we do? Let's do the opposite next time. I'm gonna fuck. We already talked about this. I'm gonna fuck you and she can watch. That's always fun.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before. One fantasy on our bucket list that we've never done is I fuck her the entire time and you just watch the entire time, like you're masturbating. And then this is my real fantasy. You do that with her. So I sit there on a chair. Maybe I'm fucking fully dressed or something, and I just don't even jerk off. And you guys just do like whatever the hell you want for like an hour. And then, like, by the... Oh, my God. At some point, I'm just going to lose it and be like, no, fuck this. This isn't the game anymore. And I'm just going to, like,
we've talked
jump
about
on
this,
top of you
that
two.
You have a hard time, like, letting go of control and the dominant aspect.
I need to be in control. So I'm like that dom that can't fucking let go,
Yeah, I think if you sat there, you would get...
After 10 minutes, I'm going to be like, man, fuck these girls. Why are they teasing me like this? And I'm just going to jump in there and you guys are going to be like, no, you're supposed to sit. And then I'm just, my dick's inside you and you're like, stop. And it's like, bang, bang, bang. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's absolutely gonna happen. We know that's gonna happen. Maybe I have to like put my dick in a chastity cage or something. That's like those little cages. I've seen them in porn. That looks painful.
They're like in the scary looking section in sex toy shops.
Yeah, let's go get one of them right now. Let's go. Be right back, guys. We're gonna get a chast. I don't want that. I'm gonna get horny. I'm gonna try and fuck you with the cast. I'll try and break that with my dick or something. Yeah, I couldn't see myself.
I don't think you would like it. No.
I'd be that dog. You know the dogs who have like the cones on their head when they've had surgery. That would be me. Except I'd be like fucking thrashing around.
Some dogs do that, and they
I'd
hate it.
destroy that fucking cone. Yeah. Like my god, and then I'd fuck you with the cone. So, sex was amazing. She's a sweetheart. She's very cuddly. She wants to come on the podcast. Hopefully we've said nothing on this podcast that has deterred her from coming on the podcast. Like I said, it's always weird talking about someone when you know they're going to watch it. I think we're pretty respectful. She's sexy, and I like her tits.
She's gorgeous.
Is that respectful? She has a good pussy.
Yeah.
We do both like her a lot, though. She's like super sweet. I think she said she wants to be anonymous, so we'll just get her to sit on that side of the table, like where she won't be on camera. But we'll talk about like virginity, the pressures of that, why she had built it up in her head, what the sex was like, what it was like meeting us.
Yeah, maybe
if she
some
felt different afterwards.
With the other people.
Yeah, like what it was like with the other people, like candidates. Why she didn't go through. Yeah, why didn't she have sex with them? You and I already know the answer because you kind of hinted at it.
Yeah.
But I think it's worth like getting it from her point of view on the podcast because a lot of you will be interested. And by the way, if you guys have questions, you want to ask questions for her or questions that we ask her, I should say, like drop them as a comment below. Like she's pretty honest. I'm pretty sure she'll answer anything. And yeah, drop them below. We'll answer them. We'll get her to answer them. What is the lesson learned? Be nice to girls.
Yeah, they'll be nice to you, and it's really nice. You get lots of kisses.
Yeah. God, that sounds gay, but no, I agree with everything. I think especially girls who are inexperienced and shy. I've seen this before where, someone will say to me, hey, I'm seeing this girl. She's like a total sweetheart. I really like her. She's inexperienced or she's a virgin or whatever. Like, what do I do? And my answer is like, what you would normally do, except like fucking absolutely 10 times more honesty and affection and reassurance and just be fucking nice to her. Just remember how you felt your first time. And be like that. Like, what would you have wanted your first time? You were nervous as shit. She's nervous as shit. Don't play that. I mean, I tell people not to do this anyway, but definitely don't play that whole, like, male bravado. I got to be a fucking alpha male and hide my feelings and not be too affectionate, not be too, praising of her. And, like, no. Drop all that. She's a fucking virgin. She's nervous as hell. Empathize from her point of view. Like, we talked to this girl for, like, a lot longer than we normally do. Yeah. We spent a lot more time talking. We slowed the date down. We had absolutely no intention of doing anything. So, I mean, we don't do much sexual on the first date anyway, usually. We're trying to move away from that. But we really slowed it down. And we were, like, super chatty with her, made sure she was comfortable, all that kind of shit. Because, at the end of the day, as I keep saying, like, you were fucking nervous the first time you were a virgin. Like, you were fucking terrified. It would have been nice if someone was, like, a girl was really goddamn nice to you. So just get back in that place. I mean, what I encourage all the time anyway is being on the same team as girls. Like, not playing games, be honest, all of that kind of stuff. But especially with a girl who's shy or inexperienced or even a virgin, be nice.
Be nice. Just in time for Christmas.
Just in time for Christmas. Be nice. Santa will give you a fucking dildo. He'll give you this magic wand in your stocking if you're nice to a virgin. And if you're mean to a virgin, he'll give you his fucking dick in your ass.
Santa's not going to rape you. That's
and then I think the other takeaway is virgins are fucking sexy. So everyone go have sex with a virgin. I like when we have sex with virgins. I do.
I know you do.
Because they're nice. They're just fucking nice. They go. Like, literally, it's like, why? Because they're fucking nice.
That's not 100% of the time rule, though.
That they're not always nice. Yeah, I know. But, like, most of the time. Most of the time.
Sure.
Anyway. Go crush your goals. And if you have any questions, leave them as a comment below. We'll ask her whenever we talk to her.